All right, hitting the road again. This time I'm headed to Kansas City for a couple nights, and then the trip continues after that. But right now, it's time to get up to KC, so I'm going to hit the road and enjoy an almost 5-hour drive from Oklahoma City. From where I live in Oklahoma City, it takes probably about 15-20 minutes to get cross town to get to I-35. I-35 takes us straight up into Kansas. I mean, it's an easy drive, very easy drive. As you can see, the roads look pretty good. And once we actually get on I-35, I think they actually paved them not too long ago, because the last time I was up this way, they weren't so hot. But they look really good now, as you can see. And again, straight shot up to Kansas. So it's a little over an hour from here to the Kansas border, and it's a good drive. Nice drive in the morning, absolutely. Once you get onto the turnpike, the drive is quite easy, honestly, but mostly boring. I mean, really boring. Not a lot to see until you get up closer to Kansas City. Now, we're still in Kansas, obviously, but it is the Kansas City metro area there on both sides of the river. And once you get up there, you start getting more and more to see. A lot more traffic, too. My first stop was going to be to check into my hotel. I'm staying at the Fairfield in Shawnee. It's not too far outside of Kansas City. So here's my hotel room. I got a great deal on it. I actually used a travel agent rate with Fantastic, so I think it cost me $45 for the night. Can't complain about that at all. It's in a nice neighborhood, pretty close to like a 7-Eleven. I went there a couple times. I'm going to stop there as I leave the hotel here, headed into town. Got to get me some ice from my ice chest, so I'm glad to have one of those nearby. But yeah, the room was very clean, very, very clean. The view out the window left a lot to be desired, honestly, as you can see. But yeah, can't complain. I'm not going to be standing there looking out the window anyway, so as long as the room is clean, and it's got two things that I really do appreciate, and that is a microwave and a mini fridge. Yeah, I love having those when I'm in a hotel. That way I can keep me some cold drinks in there, and if I do bring home some leftovers, I can always heat them up. Speaking of leftovers, it's time to go get something to eat. My favorite stop when I'm in town is always Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. Now, I don't eat meat. I really don't. But that doesn't stop me from going here because this place is amazing. They have a sandwich. See it on the sign right over there. Home of the Z-Man. Yeah, that Z-Man is spectacular. But they also make one, a great version, with portobello mushrooms. So that's what I like to get. Absolutely love the portobello mushroom Z-Man. The place is always busy. This used to be a gas station back in the day, and they've converted it to this restaurant, and it's always busy. I was looking around trying to see if I was even going to get a table. Didn't look like I'd be able to, but people come and go. So don't worry about the lines if you go there, because, you know, people will be getting ready to leave while you're still standing in line, so perfect timing usually.
Portobello Z-Man.
Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. I got the Z-Man, but this is the portobello mushroom Z-Man. So no meat, but it's amazing. It's good stuff. Really good stuff. Yeah, it needs another bite. Very good. So I've been here a few times over the years. I think the first time I was here was back in 2012. And each time I come, I always tell myself, you're not really a big barbecue fan. I'm really not. I don't know. It's first off, again, like I said, I don't eat meat, but I'm not a big fan of the barbecue flavor. But theirs is just fantastic. And then I always love checking out the different rubs and sauces they've got. It always amazes me how many different kinds there are. Once you leave Joe's, it's not too long to get back out on the road and leave Kansas and head into Missouri. You can see both signs right there. Here comes Missouri. That's where we want to be. Takes just a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes or so up the road from that point until you hit the Blue Ridge cutoff. And there's Kauffman Stadium sitting right off to the right there. Used to be able to see that really good, but the trees have grown up quite a bit over the years. But from this exit to where I want to be, doesn't take that long. The longest it's really going to take is finding the entrance to the parking lot that they actually have open. Now there's a couple different ones, but usually it's like for preferential parking, stuff like that. So I just had a basic parking pass, so I had to keep going until I found the one that was the right one for me. And you circle around there. And this is where, if you haven't prepaid your parking like I did, you get stopped up here at the booth. You'll want to pay for it at that point. If you've got a pass already purchased like I did, just show them the thing on your phone. They scan it, give you your pass, and away you go. It's literally that easy. And then once you get past that booth, and you come over here, get under this overpass, that's where both stadiums open up right in front of you. You got Kauffman Stadium on the right, home of the Kansas City Royals. On the left, that's Arrowhead Stadium, home of the NFL champion Kansas City Chiefs. Every single time that I've been here through the years, the people working the parking lots have been absolutely amazing. Don't be afraid to stop and ask them how to get to some specific spot, a different lot. If you prepay your parking passes in advance, it will be for a specific part of the lot. So if you have to ask them, just ask them. They'll direct you. As you could see, I had someone there, somebody there. They'll show me exactly how to get where I'm going. It's quite easy, honestly. So here we are coming up right next to the stadium here, and of course I'm taking it in. I've never been there for a game. I've never seen the Chiefs play. But, anytime I drive by, I always have to check it out. So these guys were wanting to cross, so I decided to let them because that would give me a chance to take a few photos, and so that's exactly what I did. And then I continued on my way once they crossed by. From here to where I had to park, quick and easy. I mean, super quick and easy. Just come up. Again, somebody else will point you the direction you need to go because they see the pass hanging in your window that tells you what lot you're in. You just wind around to get over here, get into the parking lot, and then you can park anywhere you want. Naturally, I'm going to pull as close as I can. And once I did, yep, there's the sign that says welcome to the city. And just in case I didn't know where I was, this person's license plate let me know I was at the K. The Royals have an absolutely amazing Hall of Fame right there at the stadium. It's always worth checking out. So whenever I go there, I'll always walk through, see what's different. It was Hall of Fame weekend, so I definitely wanted to check it out. So I did. Let me show you a little bit of it.
I mean, they were good classes. They weren't watercoloring or anything like that. They were good classes.
it to be like the
David Glass and his family were at the best for Kansas City. They stroked championships for Kansas City. They were It's a place where I met my wife, my 3 children were born. And to this day, I'm so proud to call KC home.
I lived here in 1955. Dad was a big baseball guy. He just played games and practiced. When I was 12, I was on the best team in the league.
You're only allowed to have gum or sunflower seeds. So like the locker rooms, they have like a cat.
I definitely remember both their World Series wins back in 1985 and 2015, especially 1985. I was rooting for the Royals back then. George Brett, Brett Saberhagen, all those great guys. I mean, what an amazing team. So, of course, I had to check out those trophies, get a picture with them before I headed back out and around the stadium. This park is amazing. I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. I hesitate to call it old because it's the same age as me, but it's a beautiful park even for as old as it is. I mean, just look at those fountains, something completely different from any other ballpark. I got mesmerized just sitting there watching them. It's pretty cool, especially as night fell and they started to be lit up. That was really neat, but let's check them out for a little bit here. I continued my walk around the outfield there at Kauffman Stadium, checking things out from different angles. I knew I was going to see more of it tomorrow, so I didn't really go too far before I headed back to grab my seat, which was right next to the Red Sox bullpen, and I got to watch former Mariner James Paxton warm up. It was kind of exciting to get to see him. I got to see him pitch in Seattle many, many times through the years, but I hadn't seen him since he's been with the Red Sox, so it was really neat to get to watch him pitch. So I sat there just watching him warm up for a while, and I even did a slow motion here. As you can see, what I really like about this is that you can really see his motion, and look at that grip on the ball he's got there. I mean, that is fantastic. This really shows it quite well. And then you can hear the pop of the glove. He's got quite the funky delivery. Just look at the way he is right there. And then I couldn't help but notice there was Jason Varitek. It was kind of exciting to get to see him. Again, former Mariner. But it was Ned Yost Hall of Fame weekend, so they brought back a lot of the greats, including George Brett, my hero. Absolutely. It was great to get to see him. It's great to actually get to watch this celebration here because there was a lot of amazing players that came back. But then it was game time, and this one was all Kansas City. I mean, from the word go, Salvador Perez hit a couple home runs. One of them caught by this guy. Yeah, you see who that is? That is YouTuber Zack Hample. Yep, he was there at the game. I can't believe I finally got to meet him. That was really cool. One of the cool things about it, too, is that throughout the night, he kept coming by my seat to talk baseball, so that was awesome. He must have stopped by at least 8 to 10 times. And this here is a screen cap from the game where he caught that ball by Salvador Perez. You can see me standing up there, as well as Zach getting into position to be ready to catch that one. How he seems to put himself in the right spots, I don't know. But he got one that night. I think he actually got two. The rest of the game, like I said, was all Kansas City. They ended up winning this one 11-0. I mean, they absolutely whooped the Red Sox. I still had a good time as always, including getting to meet some people that spotted me there from the Ballpark Chasers group on Facebook, so that was neat. But after the game, they were doing a drone show set to Grateful Dead music, so you could go down on the field if you wanted to. That would have been cool. I just didn't want to take the chance. I was quite tired, so I watched it from my seat, which gave me a pretty good view, honestly. And check out those fountains all lit up. I mean, that was really, really cool. The drone show was pretty neat. Not the best I've ever seen, but let me show you a little bit of that right here. Not a bad way to end the first day of this trip, but I did something while I was in the ballpark. I left my GoPro running in time-lapse mode from the car, so I'm going to end this video and day number 1 of this trip with that.